This will be my second roll of the day. I unfortunately misframed the entire first roll I had with Professor David, which sucks, but that's fine. I need to learn how to use this new camera. This is Alex. Alex is one of my favorite training partners, same sort of body type, same sort of like physical attributes. It's trying to do some reverse de la Riva. It's something new I've been doing. Since I've started training, I've never done reverse de la Riva, but lately I've been trying to do it. And ending up in this weird kind of like, I don't even know what to call this, just some weird position. I'm trying to roll backwards into a better position, but I couldn't find anything. Here he's coming for my legs, but I sort of backstepped into a triangle there. I'm underhooking his leg, and he makes the mistake of straightening it out. I don't know what this would be called, kind of like a cradle, I suppose, and just went for a toe hold kind of ankle lock there. Not very nice. Felt kind of dirty doing that. Actually, it was kind of nice. I enjoyed doing that. Going for the shin on shin. This is sort of like the very first thing that John Danaher teaches in his leg lock instructional, the go for the faster leg lock instructional. I never used to look for legs or heel hooks or anything, but I've just been a real scumbag lately, and I look for those heel hooks, just like that one.
Oh, that spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Bow. We're going to look for another one. The grips aren't too good. As soon as I moved from a gable grip to, I don't know what you would call it, but like, it's the one that you see like Gordon Ryan doing where he wraps his hands around each forearm. It just tightens everything up, reduces space. And another shin to shin here. Unfortunately, you can't see the whole thing because we're off frame again. But I've got the shin to shin position. I'm just pulling on the back of his head because he's low. But I can use his head. I can pull on his head to try and change his balance. And I lost the initial sort of shin to shin position. But there again, scooped up the leg. And I've got kind of like an X-Guardy type position trying to elevate him here. And cinch up a nice saddle. Again, going for sort of like a lat knee bar through double trouble there, which is nice. We go again. Alex starts from standing, and I'm not going to do the shin to shin a third time. I feel like it's kind of lame for the training partner to fall into the same sort of traps, especially if he's making the effort to pass guard and I'm just being lazy and making him pass my guard. So I didn't give this to him by any means, but he went into half guard. I think I try and elevate him again here, or just try and get some control over his legs, and managed to get control of his far leg and nice little toe hold. These are a few rapid fire submissions, being a little bit dirty. Alex is a really good sport though. You can see him still smiling. I don't slap them on. I'm not hard with them. And he knows that too. He's not tapping out of fear of me. I think he's just, he needs his body for work. He's a dive welder. So he really needs his body to be healthy in order for him to get that bread. He's got a nice side control on me here, and you can just see with my feet, I'm kind of just like ratcheting little movements. And those little ratcheting movements is like me just adjusting my hips relative to the pressure that he's putting on me. I had the underhook, and I think because I've got a leg frame there, yeah, I'll go for another elevation, continue with that. Might be able to get the leg again here, don't know. Tried to go for sort of like a triangle-y type position, but it's not going to work because he's got really good control of my left leg there. I'm underhooking, just trying to see what grips I can get, but he does a really nice step over pass. I'm controlling his far side arm, sort of like a bottom side crucifix, and straight for the bottom side control, triangle. I don't know what you'd call it, reverse triangle maybe, or just bottom side triangle. I go shin to shin for my passing as well. So I pummel in, shin to shin, and then from there, straighten my leg really quickly. I'll slow that down. I use this pass a lot. Um, and basically, you put a lot of pressure into the shin, use the reactive force of their hip, which is very sudden. It's like elastic potential. You push into their knee, and because you've taken their hip to like terminal flexion, the very end range, naturally their body wants to kind of spring back. So you abuse that by pushing all the way in, straightening your leg very quickly, and then making use of that rebound effect to pass the legs. I was pretty tired at this point. I grabbed an upper body control, but just didn't do anything with it, and Alex capitalized on that nicely. We had to move to make space for the others, give him straight back his position that he had, which was a nice solid top side control with control of the near side arm, crushing. And I think that's the end of the roll. Nice. And this is my third or fourth roll of the day with David. David is sometimes you meet people at jiu-jitsu and they're just like different. You connect with them really nicely and they're just really good folks. David's one of those people. He's a really, really special dude. Like, really nice, salt of the earth, generous with his time. Just a really nice person. He's, as far as I know, he's a high level wrestler and also a black belt judoka. So he's got a blue belt on his waist, which has recently been awarded to him, thank goodness, because he was just smashing everyone with a white belt before. But being a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, I mean, I know like belts don't really mean everything, but he's a high level, very high level grappler. We just had to quickly reset there because we bumped into some of the black belts and David gets his position again, the same one that he started with. It's got a nice, strong control here, and I'm just trying to turn my shoulders onto the ground and turn my hips towards him. Got a frame across his collarbone holding onto his right shoulder. So I've kind of got my hand cupped over his right shoulder and quickly transition there into a underhook, which allows me to just get a bit of space off of him. He left his hand there for the for an armbar, and the purpose of the armbar there wasn't necessarily to get an armbar. Very, very, very rarely will you actually get one, but the threat of the armbar can sometimes just disrupt someone's, I suppose, like pressure rhythm. If someone's got a rhythm of pressure and they're able to just advance from position to position, that's not good. So if you can break up that pressure rhythm by threatening them with some kind of submission and moving into something else, that's good. Fruitless little inverted triangle attempt there, didn't result in anything, straight back into half guard and just trying to be disciplined with my frames here. I've got my left arm into his right hip and he's pressuring into that forearm. It's giving me some control over his body and allowing me to pressure him away and not letting him sort of progress his passing. I've lifted my left knee into his left hip there just to prevent him from collapsing my hips. And I am just feeling, I've got a bit of sensitivity here, just feeling where he's trying to go and seeing, can I topple him to my right side? Or what options do I have from here? But it's a little bit of a stalemate. He's got knee on belly here. It's not nice. And I'm just trying to see, again, can I weave my legs in? Can I do anything from here? I'm in a really bad spot here. I wasn't disciplined with my arm placement, and now he's got a really good attacking position for either an armbar or a segue into mount or something like that. I think he's trying to get head control here and pin my left arm, and he's done a really good job here. He's being disciplined with his mount, and unfortunately I managed to get a grip of his right leg. He's got an arm triangle here, and I have no way of relieving the pressure. The arm triangle is really strong, and the only thing that I've got control of, the only thing I have an option to use here is whatever I can do with his right leg. So I've got this lockdown position. I don't often use this because I don't really know what to do from here, but I do know that it's preventing him from climbing up and putting pressure into my legs. So I had the lockdown. I'm looking for the lockdown here, and I'm extending my legs to prevent him from being able to put more pressure into me. He's lit up on the arm triangle now, so I'm able to let go of that lockdown and then try and replace frames. I think this variation of half guard is called like a Z guard or something. But we're just hand fighting here. He's trying to pass my guard, he's trying to deal with my knee shield, and I'm trying to deal with him and deal with his prevent him from moving forward. I'm looking for a leg entanglement here. This position does not feel good on my left knee. My knee was forced into internal rotation there, and I had to just be very careful because if he made a sudden movement forward with his hips, it would have put a lot of pressure on my LCL, the outside of my knee. After a few injuries and a few instances of these things happening by mistake, you tend to pick up sort of where you're in danger, even if you're not feeling any tension or pain, and where you're likely to go wrong. He's being very methodical and disciplined here with his approach. He's not moving too fast, but he did give me another hook, and I'm just elevating him again. I don't think I get anything off this elevation. My back is on the floor, so I can't really do much with it. I have no momentum, and he's sitting quite far back, so I am not able to lift him up. I don't think much happens here. We reset the position just because we moved into some other people. His weight is back, my back is on the floor, so I'm not really able to elevate him from here. I've not really got any leverage, but I'm just looking to see what can I do. How can I distract him? How can I make some threats? And he lifted that leg, made the leg weightless, and then all I had to do was pull the leg into me, grab the heel, and again, scumbag move, but I've got the heel hook. And the timer, I believe, goes off here. And that's it for this roll. On to my next roll with Isaac. Like I said in the last roll with David, sometimes you just meet people at Jiu-Jitsu who are just like wonderful, good-hearted, salt of the earth type guys, and Isaac's one of those people. Really like blessed to have met Isaac because he's just a really good dude, and I think that his like demeanor and attitude brings a lot to any space that he's in. And not only that, but I would rate Isaac, not that my opinion really matters, but I would rate Isaac as definitely one of the best people that I've ever trained with. He's leagues ahead of me, and he trains really like kindly with me. And lately we've been working a lot on, or together, I think really we've both been kind of playing a lot with leg entanglements and elevations and things like that. So I tried to elevate him a couple of times there. He's just so disciplined with his balance and dealing with those things. So he really nicely pummeled his legs in and was able to handle that quite simply. Here he's again being very disciplined, keeping my legs locked down and just taking his time with the pass and establishing a position. I think I've got one arm over and one arm under his shoulders, and I'm just trying to prevent him from dominating this particular little scramble. There's not a whole lot I can do from here. This is really where Isaac shines. He's patient and methodical. And I think if he wanted to right now, he could definitely like sub me. He could fish for something. He could drop his head, move his head, and take that arm that I've taken free. Just there, though, his the arm that wasn't visible of his was stuck under my hips, and I was just feeling it out, burying it further under mine, and was able to bridge him over in that direction. His foot was, his arm was underneath my hips, and so he wasn't able to post out. And knowing that he wasn't able to post out, I bridged him into that direction. I'm tripoding up here, and it's difficult because there's not really a free spot for me to go anywhere with him. I tried to get a pin on his right arm here, and I'm trying to get some control over that top arm as well. But again, he's just so disciplined with his movements and when he's willing to take risks. Unfortunately, the remainder of my role with Isaac was completely off frame, so I had to cut it there. But I think he submitted me 3 times. I wasn't counting, but I just remember he absolutely smoked me. Now for my role with Professor Noel. I think Noel's had some pretty serious knee injuries recently, so he's just taking it easy and playing pretty safely for his body. I'm a scumbag, so I do end up trying to go for his legs, knowing all of this. He does repay the favor there by dropping his hip bones onto my face bones, which wasn't nice. Unintentional, completely unintentional, but yeah. He's gone for a tripod here, and all of his weight is on his head. I don't know that my underhook there was the best possible move, but I do have kind of like a bad butterfly half there. We go for a leg entanglement here, and luckily managed to backwards roll into control of his right leg, or his left leg there. The toe holds there and the knee is completely bent and the heel is right in the butt, but I wasn't willing to push that one. I've had my ankles damaged twice quite badly from toe holds, so when it's my turn to put them on, I'm always very, very, very careful. I've had 2 serious injuries, courtesy of a good friend of mine from toe holds, and both times it's on, it's on, it's slightly painful, and then your ankle's gone. So no good. My hips are elevated here, which really removes a lot of my ability to bridge, or removes all of my ability to bridge, and my legs are completely, my hips are completely flexed. And because my feet are so far past the hips and past the femur, it's so difficult for me to actually get any meaningful hooks or frames in with my legs. I'm trying my best to off balance him here, but he's being very disciplined with that pant grip. So I'm going to try and break that grip. Managed to break it, trying to control the arm as well so that he can't get back to the pant grip, but he ends up taking control and wrist locking me against the mat there, which was really nice. The wrist lock was payback for the toe hold attempt, I think. Start again, similar sort of position, and he grabs the lapel. I step over his arm to free up that lapel, and I'm just trying to control that left leg and step quite wide with my right leg to prevent the De La Riva hook. I've got control over that left leg, like very, very, very shallow control. My intention here was to go for the De La Riva grip on the left and try the berimbolo. Like, I'm trying really hard to get into the berimbolo position, but it's just not working. It does, however, lead into a position where I'm able to off balance him, and then I think I push into an X guard here. There's no X. I am very weary of my knees. Again, most people have very limited internal rotation. So X guard puts both of your knees in, puts your hips in external rotation, but then the shear forces on your tibia, on the lower legs, causes internal rotation of the hips and puts a lot of pressure on the LCL outside of both knees, and that's how I damaged my knee before. We went for a wrestle up, and we've ended up in a pretty unfortunate position here where we were fighting not to be triangled, and then we ended up getting omoplated. I think he's just waiting to see what I do here and looking for sort of like a predictable move, but he's sitting on my right shoulder. I'm completely immobile and unable to move, and because of that, I kind of just have to wait for him to do something. I'm trying to alleviate some of the pressure on that right shoulder, and I think he ends up doing it because he's opting to look for controls elsewhere on the body. He goes for a mounted position here with sort of like an arm triangle while controlling my top arm. We're off the screen, unfortunately. I don't know what's happening, but he takes the back and he's got a hook in. He's controlling the top of my right hip, which prevents me from. He's putting weight through his right leg, which prevents me from getting onto my back and then also turning over the other way. I think from there he bow and arrowed me pretty quickly. Start again. We got 55 seconds on the clock. I just tried to get him on his back instead of walking into that same lapel guard type game. I'm just trying to get past the knees here, really, is my goal. I just want to get past the knees, get past the legs. He's got a strong grip, like I don't know what the grip is called. Lasso, I think. And I don't like that lasso. It's powerful, too powerful. It's overpowered. Someone needs to nerf the lasso, or maybe I just need to get better. We're playing here again. I've just tried to lock up more half guard, and I think he rolls here and it puts a lot of pressure. Oh no, this was another roll, but we ended up back in another saddle-like position, and he's also figure fouring his legs, but I'm controlling his right leg. And what I need to ultimately try and do there was grab his knee and pull it down to open up that figure four. But the round's over, move on to the next one. We both had one more in the tank, and the previous round had ended. Everyone else was finished, but we both just wanted to get one more. I changed the camera angle for this one, and I like the lighting. Looks pretty cool. I've got a collar grip on him, and he's got a pant sleeve grip on me. I just broke the grip, trying to step to the outside there. He grabs my leg. I back step into a saddle type position again, and I'm just trying to attack or give him something to think about on that near side. I think I pull my knee, my right knee, under his hips there and elevate him, roll back over. He's going for a straight footlock, and I just want to get that foot on the ground and step back. I'm devastated because I know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to go completely off frame and miss the best parts of this roll. That sucks.